This movie tells a story of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who joins a deadly plot to assassinate Hitler, risking his faith and fate to save millions of Jews from genocide. This clunky biopic feels disconnected from its subject. The script is filled with drab and trite dialogue, the editing is so muddled and tiresome, while the cinematography is dull and makes the movie look washed out. Some of the dialogue is preachy and on the nose, while some scenes feel heavy-handed with too much over-explaining. The movie provides a surface-level introduction, but does little to delve deeply into what made him such a compelling historical figure. It doesn't convincingly establish Bonhoeffer's legacy or inspire a deeper appreciation for his contributions to theology and resistance. Instead, it leaves you questioning whether he was a pastor, a spy, or an assassin. Something the film introduces but never fully reconciles. It doesn't quite manage to tie its many threads into a cohesive narrative. It also feels rushed when depicting his primary calling, to minister to God's church. We never get a sense of what drives Bonhoeffer. The movie gestures at the theologian's influences with those scenes in America, but once he returns to Germany, we lose sight of him as a person. The movie tries a noble attempt to broaden Bonhoeffer's perspective, but it feels underdeveloped, and the narrative struggles to build momentum from there. From a structural standpoint, the movie falters in its pacing. This movie feels laborious to sit through, as its non-linear storytelling often feels disjointed. The movie's timeline jumps all over the place in a way that will cause confusion for anyone who doesn't know Dietrich Bonhoeffer's story. Scenes jump between moments of his imprisonment, theological deliberations, and secretive planning with high-ranking officials, leaving the audience to piece together the timeline. This back-and-forth approach muddles the narrative and detracts from the narrative's emotional engagement and impact the story might have otherwise achieved. Instead of allowing the audience to engage deeply with Bonhoeffer's internal conflict and the human cost of his resistance, the script becomes repetitive and lacks focus. While it's clear the film is eager to highlight Bonhoeffer's heroism, it too often falls into the trap of reiterating how great he was, which becomes tiresome. It's insistent on making Dietrich look like a saintly hero who suffers and sacrifices himself, more than those he's trying to save. By the time the credits roll, the viewers feel as though they've been beaten over the head with his virtues, something the title itself already makes apparent. Jonas Dassler's performance as Bonhoeffer is solid, but even his dedication can't elevate the lackluster script. The spy and assassin elements of the title are also disappointing. While Bonhoeffer's involvement in the plot to assassinate Hitler is central to his story, the film only briefly touches on it, leaving the viewer wanting more. This underdeveloped aspect is emblematic of the film's broader failure to capitalize on the dramatic potential of Bonhoeffer's life. One of the film's most significant issues lies in its identity. It's unclear whether this movie wants to be a faith-based exploration of Bonhoeffer's beliefs, or a historical thriller about his role in resisting the Nazis. This lack of focus diminishes the impact of both aspects, leaving the film feeling like it's stuck in limbo. Overall, it's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.